Welcome back to another video on future states. Now today we're checking out Swamp Thing #1, and I'm a fan of Swamp Thing, and this issue is very intriguing. Now I'm not a huge fan of Swamp Thing. I haven't read as much comics as like hardcore Swamp Thing fans. I've read the New 52 Scott Snyder run, a couple other Swamp Thing issues. I haven't read the Alan Moore Swamp Thing series yet. I plan on doing so soon, and actually maybe adding that series to the channel if you guys want. But yeah guys, today we're checking out the far future in the year 4500. And we're gonna see what's going on with Swamp Thing. What's going on with the humans? What's going on with the world? It's very interesting, and yeah, if you're ready, let's dive into this issue. We begin in the year 4500. A little green child named Kala comes up to Swamp Thing. Kala asks to hear the story of what happened to the world that once was. Swamp Thing proceeds to tell the story. Swamp Thing explains that in the world, change has always come through violence. Violence led to war. The greatest war then dawned upon the world. All the machines and heroes tried to stem the tide. What happened afterwards is not certain. When the war ended, humans and heroes were gone. Everything had changed. Kala asks, why do they search for the humans? Another character named Indigo comes out of the shadows and starts joking about Swamp Thing's plans and direction. He also begs the question, why do we search for the humans, Green? Kala and Swamp Thing tell Indigo to quiet. Indigo stands over Kala and says that Kala is a foolish child. He isn't the one hiding secrets. The guardian of the green is. Swamp Thing attacks Indigo and binds him up. Swamp Thing yells, I said, be quiet. Indigo taunts Swamp Thing and asks him to show Kala who he really is. Swamp Thing is hiding his secrets. Kala is frightened, but also curious to find out. Swamp Thing then throws Indigo down and walks away angry. Kala then points at smoke and fire nearby at the sky's edge. Kala alerts Swamp Thing that there's others down there. Swamp Thing needs to save them. Swamp Thing arrives at the sky edge to see his fellow green comrades helping one another out of the fire. A green comrade tells Swamp Thing that human machines attacked. He also tells Swamp Thing that a very loyal companion named Heather came in and saved a bunch of the green. She grabbed each green person and jumped out of the building. When she jumped out, the whole building exploded. You hear a loud vroom. Heather then landed and told the others they must run quick. The building began to fall. The green people stood frightened. They were about to die, but that's when Swamp Thing appeared and guarded them, all from the building's fallouts. You hear a loud rumble. All the people were happy. They yelled, Green Father has saved us. Swamp Thing smiles. We ship to Manhattan Cups. Later that night, Swamp Thing gets all the green to safety. He tells Kala to go get some sleep. Swamp Thing sits by the trees. Heather sits by him. Heather asks, oh, what are the roots saying, old friends? Swamp Thing responds, saying that there's a storm coming in 6 days. He asks Heather what's the situation with Ruck. Ruck was one of the green caught in the incident. Heather hopes Ruck will get sunlight and survive. He may not though. He is very old. Heather tells Swamp Thing that there was signs of humans in the building. The humans set a trap for the green. Swamp Thing says he's sorry to hear that. Swamp Thing tells Heather those humans went north. They are gone now. Swamp Thing asks, do you resent that I search for the humans? Indigo talks from above. He's on a tree, and he questions what Swamp Thing is doing, and he laughs. Swamp Thing then calls him a fool and tells Heather to give Indigo no food tonight. Indigo warns Swamp Thing that a day will come when he'll need his help. Heather then asks, where are we going next? Swamp Thing responds, north, toward the tall trees, where snow has begun. We shift to 18 miles north of Eureka, Nunavut. Swamp Thing finds one of his green companions, Boogon, dead. Someone has killed him. Friends of Boogon tell Swamp Thing what happened. They are not able to save him. They just heard the noise of him dying. Swamp Thing follows the footprints. He's looking for the killer. Heather and the other Green followed the man who killed Boogon. Heather doesn't understand the man's calls. The man asks, "Oh, what are you?" Heather attacks the man, takes out his weapon. She goes to kill him. The man says, no, please. Swamp Thing stops Heather from killing. Swamp Thing speaks with the frightened man alone. Heather goes back to the snow and Indigo taunts her. He says that Swamp Thing doesn't care about her anymore. Heather punches Indigo, destroying his jaw. He calls her Hoolish Heather. She walks away, angry. We shift to Swamp Thing, introducing himself to the man. They sit by a bonfire. Swamp Thing asks the man, where did you come from? Are there more of you? He's looking for more humans. The man's name is Venom. He came from the Star Fortress. He was looking for other humans and Swamp Things. Venom asks for help. Swamp Thing asks, what kind of help? Venom then explains, when we left the Star Fortress, there were 15 of us. Our children, our parents, our loved ones. We left them all behind because we knew it was the right thing to do. They called us rebels and traitors. They hunted us, but we made it out to the flood lakes and beyond. For many years, the Makers said we were building something important. Deep within the fortress, the Undying Man had us convinced he had seen the world before and he claimed it would erase us if we did not fight back. But those who realized what they were truly building began to speak up. My father was one of them, and before they hanged him out in the cold, he told me the truth about the Undying Man and the coming of the Obsidian Sun. Help us, Swamp Thing. Help us before we do something terrible. We shift to the Star Fortress. We see all these soldiers guarding Obsidian. Obsidian is inside containment. Anton Arcane comes forth. He says, now I wait for you, Swamp Thing. Old friends, to look into your eyes as I show you what I've become. Before I plunge this world and all things green into the everlasting dark. And that's how we end Future State's Swamp Thing #1. So that was Future State's Swamp Thing #1. And this is a very cool issue. I really enjoyed it. The writing by Ram V and the art by Mike Perkins was just amazing, guys. Like, let's first talk about the artwork by Mike Perkins. He draws Swamp Thing and his village of green people very well, and he really gets you invested in this world, right? The world that Ram V is trying to convey, and the artwork just fits the tone so well, and the final few images are just striking. They're really cool images, and they just really jump off the page, and they have like kind of like a horror vibe to them, but at the same time, it shows like a very weird perspective of like Swamp Thing in this new world. I find it very intriguing, and yeah, the artwork was great. Now, the writing by Ram V is even better. Ram V is great at world building. Like, he builds this world for us. He gets us invested in it immediately. He does a great job of that. And the opening of the issue, I was like stuck in. I was like, man, this is really good. Seeing Swamp Thing narrates like how the world fell, and then Swamp Thing is searching for humans. It's very weird. It's different, but awesome at the same time. Now, this issue was more setup, but the ending suggests that things things are gonna get even more crazier and more interesting as we go along. Because we see Obsidian and we see Arcane. I'm pretty sure that's Arcane at the end. It may not be, they didn't confirm, but I'm 100% sure it's him. No, I'm 99% sure it's him. Still, it was a great ending that got me excited for next issue, and yeah, this might be one of my favorite Future State issues yet. Like, Wonder Woman is my favorite right now, but this issue is just done so well, and kind of got me into read more Swamp Thing comics. Because I haven't read Swamp Thing comics in a little bit. I said I read like the Scott Snyder run and some others, but now I'm gonna read more, like Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, or other different runs, because I'm just so invested into this character because of this issue. And I'm excited for the new Swamp Thing series coming in March by the same creative team. Ram V is gonna kill it. He did a great job in the Justice League Dark series, and he's doing a great job here. And that's why I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. Definitely check it out if you're following Future States or if you're a fan of Swamp Thing as a character. But yeah, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. What would you rate it from 1 to 10? And if you guys like the video, give a big thumbs up. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Future States Swamp Thing video. I'll try to release issue number 2 very quickly for you guys because I think you enjoyed this issue as well, because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.